Welcome to Sweden, Lucky Larsen Masters 2017. We are right now in the final step 2. We have 24 players to go. Among those we have 10 Swedish players. We have one from Qatar, we have one from Saudi nation, one from Australia, we have 3 from Denmark, Mexico, Canada, USA, England, Latvia, and 2 from Finland. And this is going to be a really tough challenge for these players. And who will win the first bowling tour Lucky Larsen Masters in Malmö, Sweden? One of these 24 is for sure, but who will it be? Will Belmo from Australia, the world's best bowler at the moment, will he will get his first title here in Sweden as well? Well, stay tuned and we will soon find out. They're just warming up. They got a couple more minutes left until we will start final step 2 in Lucky Larsen Masters.
Please hold your practice. We will reset all the lanes. Thank you.
Well, practice time is now over. It's really funny to see we have some real youngsters here in Philip Wilhelmsson from Cascade, Sweden. And we also have Jesper Svensson, William Svensson, and it's some really young players here. Timmy Fredriksson also from Ängelholm here in Sweden. So what do we got on the women's side? We have Sandra Andersson, spotted on Helsingborg, Sweden, just 30 minutes from Malmö. We have the Danish superstar Britt Brunstad, that has been one of the best Danish players for a very long time. Nina Flack from Team Excalibur is a former world champion, and she is really hungry to get this title, of course. And we have from Mexico, Sandra Gongora. And yeah, she looked really comfortable when she was playing here before. It's going to be interesting to see how she does it here in the top 24. Then we have Victoria Johansson from Team Excalibur, Sweden. She bowled 169 over her first squad, which is unbelievable good. And yeah, she made it look really easy when it looks to everyone else that to break even is really it looks really hard. We have Sanna Pasanen, so there's a lot of women in top 24. And also representing Columbia 300 and Latvia, Diana Savialova. So we're just getting started. Jason Belmonte just started with an open frame, and he knows that this is a real challenge. He's bowling 2 squads during qualifying and a bit over 100 over both squads. Looked really comfortable, and was also second after the first step in the final. But now it's from scratch again, so no matter what you have done, it doesn't matter now. And there we saw Victoria Johansson. She is from the southern part of Sweden, which is in Malmö, and so she has a lot of local support. Jason Belmonte, second shot, perfect strike. Jason, who came in Thursday afternoon and bowled a late squad and bowled a solid 150 over right away to make the cut. Didn't make the top 8, so he's been bowling since 8 this morning, and if he's gonna go all the way, he will bowl until 8 tonight. So it's a 12-hour final if you bowl from the start, and that's really tough. But they're athletes, and now we will see who made their homework. We're not just bowling and also had a physical game. As you can see, Victoria Johansson, she's a real power player for, and that's something you see more and more now when it comes to the ladies. Before, they were, at least in Sweden, there was a lot of straight bowlers, and they didn't really give it much hand. But now we have got a few players that they're really bowling like the men. And Victoria is one of the absolute most power players there is. And Cameron from USA started up with a double, and he's the one that's going to carry the flag for the States. Who still made it in the top 24 together with Andrew Kane, of course. So there's 2 guys from the States left out of the 24. It's unbelievable how he makes it look so easy. There's so many two-handed players that really aggressive, but he looks so smooth, Jason, when he delivers the ball, and he throws that phase 2 like it's it's the easiest thing in the world. It's amazing to watch. And also another young, strong Swedish player, Marcus Jansson and Pontus Andersson. There's two really kids that are, you know, been there for a long time now, and even if they're just kids. I just had them on my youth camp a couple of years ago, and all of a sudden they're top players in the world. It's really fun to watch. If you followed Lucky Larsen Masters 2017, you can tell. I mean, it took 80 over par to make the cut, and that tells you that has been a really, really tough pattern out there. They actually discussed that it was the pattern only, it was the topography about how the lanes look. So if you have the chance, take a look at that and you can see how the lanes are, how they really look. For our eyes, they look the same, but when we look really close and we use Kegel's technology with a lane mapper, you can really see if there is any crowns or how they look. And all the lanes are different. And last night there was a desperado squad where Martin Paulsen, the local player, made the cut. And he also was chosen into the Walk of Fame here in Malmö, together with Zlatan Ibrahimovic actually today. So that was really, really cool. And he bowled, I think he bowled like 9-10 squads and didn't make it. And on the Desperado, one game, he bowled a solid 250 plus game and took one of the two spots. But this morning he was a little bit too tired, I guess, to make it to the top 24. But still, good thing for bowling. Been chosen into the Hall of Fame, Walk of Fame. Sorry, get his name on the street here in Malmö. So he is the first bowler to ever get that award. So that's cool for the sport of bowling, of course. And Malmo continues with a new strike. There's been a lot of discussions here about the scoring pace, and the fun part is that it's been really interesting that people like it. That's low scores. You really need to bowl good. You need to focus for 6 games, and when you catch a good pair, you really must take advantage of it. And because there will be some tough pairs that's easy to get a low score. And then many players have compared it to the US Open. It's a 38 feet pattern. US Open is usually 40, but what they say is it feels so flat when they bowl on it. Now we can see from Saudi, as we call it, a 7 split, and he makes it. It's not really split, but it's 3-6-10 can sometimes be so really hard to make, but he picks it up like nothing. Victoria with 3-9, hooks the ball and picks it up. Easy. Pontus Andersson is throwing a perfect strike. He bowled also 2 squads, both real solid 150 over. So he looks real comfortable on this pattern. Jason throws a double. So as you can see, a lot of the players are playing inside. In the beginning of the tournament, well, actually, I would say for the first week, there was a lot of discussion that you should bowl straight and outside and pretty hard. And I get the feeling that more and more players have been playing a little bit more inside and hooking it. And that was way off target. Yeah, you can't throw it too much to the right because it won't come back. Cameron picks up the spare, and that has really been a key factor this week. That of course you want to strike, but I mean you need to keep those spares coming. When the score pace is that low, it's to stay clean. Oh, lucky break there. And it's not Lucky Larsen, it's Lucky Malmö. And unfortunately, we did not have the chance to have Martin Larsen in the final. I think he put the name on the tournament, and he's been here all times, signing autographs, talking to the kids, being a really good sport. Because there have been a lot of youth playing the tournament in the beginning of the week. And Larsen has been here all the time and really helping out. So I think his focus has been, no matter if he wants it or not, somewhere else. And that probably cost him to make it. He had a 12-69 over as his final result. And it took 80 over, so it was actually close. But he bowled 11 squad. It's really couldn't make it. You can also say, I mean, if you want to be competing among, oh, that was very close. And Pontus, he said, well, I hit it on the side. That's the fattest part on the pin. And I was going to say that you really need to be aware of where you're bowling, where pair you're moving to, and how that lane looks, and also who's been bowling there before. So I mean, the really good players here, they actually watch the next coming pair. Who's bowling and how are they doing it, and try to get as much information as they can before they move there. Oh, that's a really nice shot from Bader. Now we should just push the repeat button and just do it again. We could see to the left Timmy Fredriksson, who was actually the last guy making the cut. Started off with a spare and a 7-bagger. I mean, if you can pull some strings here with the strikes together, you have a really good shot of making it. Oh, that was a bad break. He threw it so good. And Cameron keeps clean. Lucky Larsen Masters 2017 is the first on the World Bowling Tour here in Sweden. So there has been a lot of positive things and about this, and to be here in Malmö, this 22 lane center. In Sweden, the average center is 10 lanes. So you can imagine it's kind of hard to get in the major tournaments because we don't have houses big enough. And this is one of the biggest that has 22. And there we saw Jason Belmonte doing perfection. And he shined, put some shine on his face too. And he said he gets a really nice reaction with that ball. Reads the mid lane really nice and doesn't do any crazy stuff in the back ends. Victoria throws it on the nose. And it's going to be a little challenge for her. And this is not a very common group of pins. But I mean, if you hook it a little bit and you hit it a little bit high, that's what you get. Ooh. Malmo got it. 6-pack. And now for Victoria, it's just to hit light on the 3-pin and try to slide it over and take away the 4-7. Let's see how she does it. She uses a spare ball, which is a little bit surprised. Sometimes a lot of players throw their first ball to get a little bit more angle out there. It's different how they do it, but this time she didn't make it, and hopefully she wouldn't leave that again. Malmo, 7 in a row. Look how clean that is. There's no doubt. Really nice shot from Marcus there. Like I said before, that Jason is playing one of his favorite balls, face 2. Put some shine to it, and he uses the pin under to get a little bit earlier read. He doesn't want it to go too far and do anything crazy, so He just wants a nice smooth roll. And there's the 8-bagger. So Jason Belmonte started off with an open frame, ended up with 257, and he's definitely one of the top guys after game 1 in top 24. That was a really nice shot from Bader again here. Yeah, he's been struggling this game. If he can finish it off with 2 more, is still just some pins under. And to the left of us, we had Timmy Fredriksson that had, after an 8-bagger, he threw a 6 count, he picked it up, and he can make a strike for 266. Finally, he got 2 strikes together. Bader from Saudi Arabia, who traveled all the way to Sweden to bowl on the World Tour in Malmö. And Marcus Jansson, he threw it perfect. 234. Great start. Cameron Ware, you needed that. He's been struggling all game, can't really pull it together. He started off with a double, and now he's got a new chance. I mean, he kept the game clean, and if he can make a double here, it's going to take him to possible 14 over, and he's definitely in. If you can, everyone that's around 200 or more definitely have a chance to advance. No, threw it a little bit too much to the right, and it didn't hook back. So if he picks that up, he's 4 over. Picks up 3 and is 3 over par for his first game. Now everybody who is playing on the right lane will move to the right. 2 pairs to the right. And if you're playing on the left lane, you will move 2 pairs to the left. And now on our center court we will have some women. Here we have the scoreboard as well. Timmy Fredriksson 266, Belmonte 257, Britt Brunstedt 244, Sandra Andersson 242, Marcus Jansson 230. So there are a few high scores the first game. And now we will see Stuart Williams started with 25 under his first game. And Diana Savyalova 227. Well, that is with bonus. Calculated in 2 games. Britt Brunstedt rolled at 236 plus 8, so she's got 244. Stu didn't look too happy about that first shot. It's also always hard when you move to a new pair. First shot, you need to get away with it and try to collect some information. But he caught a bad break right away. And we saw Philip Wilhelmsson making his pair. Philip, who had 212 his first game. The Danish superstar Thomas Larsen, he goes Brooklyn. And he wasn't really happy about that shot. Something with the approach, but he got away with it. It's always good to get a strike. But he didn't really know what happened on the lane. And Sandra from Mexico throws a strike. And if you just jumped in here to watch, you're watching Lucky Larsen Masters 2017 on the World Bowling Tour in Malmö, Sweden for the first time ever. And Lucky Larsen is from Martin Larsen, a Swedish bowler who puts his name on this tournament. But unfortunately, he could not make the cut himself. I believe that he was a little bit thinking so much about everyone else to make everyone happy, that everyone is enjoying their time here in Sweden, that I think it actually came out of his bowling that he couldn't really focus. But he said before, I mean, he's really happy with the tournament. Of course, he was hoping to be here right now and fighting for the title that he so much is looking for. But you know, for the first time in 7 years, he didn't make the cut. And he said, you know, that's life. And he's still happy that the tournament is popular, running smoothly, and people are really enjoying this tough pattern. And Sandra throws a double. You can also see how she really power player as well. Throws the new Code Red, the Storm Code Red. That looks really good on her. Philip Wilhelmsson leaves the baby split. And you can see that Stu is kind of telling us that he would like to sit here instead. No, of course he wants to be on the lane. Stu is a fantastic bowler, and even if he started with 25 under, I would not be surprised if he could recover and come back and advance. He's also throwing the phase 2. And look at that happiness. You've never seen Stu that happy ever before. He almost jumped. Oh, you need those breaks. Exactly what you saw here on Brit has been so common. You lose focus just a little bit, and you lose balance as she did, and the ball goes a little bit further, and there's a split. So that has been the thing through all these 2 weeks. It feels pretty okay, but if you lose focus just a little bit, you get hurt. And it usually ends up with an open frame. And Diana almost had the same. But she got away with it, and that could be the difference of making the cut and not. That was a good try from Britt, but didn't really make it. Another open frame. Feel it. Misses the baby split. Diana makes a spare. As you saw, these 3 players just threw pretty bad shots, all of them. And Diana got away with a spare. And you really need that luck on your side if you want to advance in the Lucky Larsen Masters in 2017. Sandra Gongora working on a double. Wasn't too happy about that shot. Missed to the left and it hooked. Got away with pins standing together. Stu! Yeah, he nods that. Finally, that felt okay. Philip switched ball and got beat up right away. Britt got a lucky break. And Sandra makes it look really easy how to pick up the 610. And Diana gets her first strike in this game. The Danish superstar, Thomas Larsen. He did not feel like a superstar during that shot, I can tell you that. And he's thinking, what can I do? A really good shot from Stu and a 4 in a row. Look at that phase 2 go through the pins. Boom. Perfection. Yeah, and that shot costs Larsen an empty frame. Now we saw Britt lost her balance again. And you can see how the ball skids a little bit too far. This time she get away with thing together. Diana also got a little light hit. That's going to be interesting to see now how, if we could see if there's any pattern in pins left. Here on 11-12 there's been a lot of light hits. And on 13-14 it seems like a lot of players are getting on the nose. If that's a coincidence or if it's the lanes, well, we'll see. Diana picks it up. Stu throws the 5-bagger and looks all of a sudden really comfortable. He really liked that. And I don't know if you noticed, but you can see the ball motion actually is really similar to how Malmo was playing. Using the same ball. And that's how they do with the best players. They also look who's bowling good, what are they doing, can I do the same thing, and try to and that's not the easiest thing, but Stu looks like he's got something going there. And Britt gets away with a little high hit. No, light hit. Wow, that really slept away. And Diana bowled a 211 plus a 219 is her first game. In this game she just has one strike and struggled all the rest of the shots. Let's see if she can pick this up. Oh yeah, beautiful. She takes care of the mess that she made and try to figure out what happened. Let's see if we got a 6-pack going on Stu. He wants it to push, and it pushes. He wasn't sure, it was a little bit high, but he got away with it. And that feeling is fantastic. Hope One thing is for sure, I mean, these players that are still here are good spare shooters, otherwise they wouldn't be in the finals. Because this tournament has been a lot about making spares. Lucky Larsen Masters 2017 World Bowling Tour, 80 over to make the cut for 6 games, and people have bowled a lot of times, and you gotta understand at this level, if you give them 5-10 times to bowl and still don't make it, you can understand how tough it has been. But both the locals, younger players, and everyone has been here, has been really happy about the scoring pace. Sometimes during some tournaments the scoring has been really high, so you could say it's a really carry contest. And here it's not about a carry contest. I mean, you really need to make good shots, get lucky breaks, catch a good pair, take advantage of it, and really be focused every shot. Because if you don't, it's an open frame. And Philip, he has the 2-8, and he's really happy about that spare. And you saw he was hooking the ball. The reason why he was hooking the ball is to get more angle, and it's give you a better chance to picking it up. Because if you throw the spare ball, you really need to hit perfect, and you don't have any room for errors. But when the ball comes a little bit sideways, you get more room to make it, and that's what Philip did. Thomas Larsen, that was a good shot, ring 10. And Britt got a strike. Stu had a really good shot, but really didn't make it. But he picks it up. And Sandra from Mexico gets a strike and has 2 frames left. And if she strikes out, she can still get 30 over. So keep it clean, and if you strike out the last 2 frames, 2-3 frames, you can still get some good results. Stu strikes again, and he's right back at it. I really like that one. Perfect shot. Thomas Larsen. Here we go. That was a good shot. Nice balance, nice delivery, and a perfect strike. Let's see, Britt. Yep, she got it. She was 14 under, and now she's 4 under. And with some bonus, she's over in the game. And she had a 244 after the first game, so she's definitely in the game. Boom shakalak, rabadab, halabaloo baby, Diana. She was really happy about three-bagger Brooklyn side. I think she can live with that. It's not what she really wanted. Well, she wanted a strike, but not that way. And to the left of us, we could see Malmo throwing his third strike. And included that third strike, he's still 10 under for the game. He had some open frames in frame 3 and 5. But he's working on coming back. Oh, Stu got a bad break again. He's not happy about that one. When you have a high 250 game going and you get strike, spare strike, and yeah, all of a sudden it's with a spare strike, it's 238. And Philip gives himself a new challenge. Throws another spare ball. This time he picks it up. And he's extremely happy. Look at that, beautiful. Just to the left of the head pin and slide it over. Britt threw a new strike. She's got a nice three-bagger going. And Thomas Larsen sets them up for the final frame with a double. So Stu, 238, but he was minus 25 before, so after 2 games he's 13 over. But if he can continue ball like this, and the lane lets him do that, he's gonna make it. Britt again lost her balance a little bit and kind of loses the ball, and it slides, and boom, 210. But it was in the 11th frame, so she gets 2 over plus 8, 210. If she picks up 2. Nice shot from Diana. 4-bagger. And this was not a Brooklyn, this was a real perfect solid strike. I mean, now she got a 4-bagger. The last shot was a Brooklyn. If she would hit that on the nose and get a split, she would lose a lot of pins, and all of a sudden she looks really good. Bagger for Diana. Yeah, that looks really clean. When you hit it like that, you will strike. There's no way there's any pin left when you do that. Oh, Philip is juggling with the 5-pin. It was his last shot. Got a 169, and he's total 19 under after 2 games. That's one of those struggling games he had there. 3 splits and no doubles. That's You don't get more than 169 at that when you do that. Thomas Larsen working on a double. He wants this one bad. And he got it. Needs one more to be 20 over in the game. And like before, they move 2 pairs to the right and 2 pairs to the left. If you started on the left lane, you will continue to move left all the time. If you started on the right lane, you will continue moving right. No, bad shot. So if he picks this up, it's 10 over for the game. You're watching Lucky Larsen Masters 2017 World Bowling Tour in Malmö, Sweden. We are at the final step 2. We have 24 players remaining in the tournament. We have 10 Swedes, 3 Danish, 2 from the States, 2 from Finland, and then you have 1 from each country from Qatar, Saudi Nation, Australia, Mexico, Canada, England and Latvia. One of these 24 will be the new, or the first Lucky Larsen Masters champion. And now we have on our 2 closest pair, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sandra from Gora, Thomas Larsen, and Andrew Kane is joining us. Mattias Olsson from the lefty here from Sweden and Team Pergamon. Sanna Pasanen and Britt Brunstedt is still with us. Lucky break. Brooklyn from Sandra. It's always nice to see the 5-10 standing last, and as long as they fall. Also Andrew Kane is throwing it a little bit deeper than what we're used to seeing lefties, at least over here in Sweden. I mean, if you're a lefty, you throw it straight up the gutter. You don't have a lot of lefties that actually can hook the ball. Andrew Kane picks the baby split up easily. Well, Sandra Gongora, Mexico. Brooklyn strike, first shot, second shot leaving the 5-pin. It's not going to make you comfortable. What are you going to do next shot? We'll see. Andrew Kane on the nose gets away with it. So after 2 games, we have the leader, Sandra Andersson from Sweden. She's 64 over. Trailed by... I'm not gonna... this is not easy. Jassim Moraiki from Qatar is second, 56 over. Britt Bönstedt, third, 53 over. And then Malmö is 52 over. Diana, 42 over. No, 49. Francois from Canada, 42 over. Gongora, Sandra, 39 over. Sanna Passanen, 36 over. It's really close. Marcus Jansson is also 36 over. And they're bowling 8 games, and the top 8 advance. So it's still anybody's game. Right now, there is 5 women in the top 8. You have 16 players that has 400 or more. There's a lot of games, and what we've seen through in the weeks, that you usually have one or 2 lower games, and whoever can stay away from that is gonna have a really good chance. Andrew Kane picks up the 7-pin that he's done thousands of times before. Good shot there from Sanna. Thomas Larsen working on the strike. And got it. Oh, that feeling is so good when you get that double. I mean, and you start feeling comfortable. That's really what you want. When the lanes are so tough, you don't want to be insecure. You want to feel that you know what you're doing, and trust yourself, trust the ball, trust everything. And here we have Sandra Gongora from Mexico. It's in 7th spot right now. Throws it perfect. Also inside, a little bit harder, a little bit straighter. Wow. Matthias left the 5-pin. You could see the ball hook and stop. And there was nothing left when it hit the pocket. Andrew. High hit and got the 6 pin. There's a very good sign. If you can get that as a right-hander, get that 4 pin to get knocked, you're in the right spot. Whereas the left-hander, you can get that 6 pin knocked down on a high hit. 3-bagger for Thomas Larsen. That all of a sudden looks a lot happier than it did before. Britt got a strike. Oh, she got away with that. Sandra, it looks like she was going a little bit too hard and a little bit to the right. But we've seen on that lane, it looks like it's been a little tighter. When I say tighter, I mean it doesn't really hook that much as the other lanes. And you put a little bit too much speed on there, it won't come back. Sanna Passanen picks it up. She has 4 9 spares in a row. And that's okay. I mean, she can throw 2 3-bagger. And with a little bonus, she's gonna keep her spot in the top 8. Andrew picks it up. Beautiful. And after 2 games, you can see that William Svensson and Jesper Svensson, both guys from the east coast of Sweden, Västervik and Vimmerby. They had a really tough start. William Svensson had a 136 and 159 and 105 under for his 2 games. Jesper has a 209, 158, 367. He's actually 70 pins from the cut, but he started now with a strike spare 3-bagger. And we know Jesper Svensson could shoot a million at any day, so even if he's almost last right now, we can't count him out. Sandra got away with a high hit. Andrew Kane got it on the nose. got punished for it. Pasanen gets a double. Nice pair 4 times in a row, then a double. Keep it clean. Most important right now, keep it clean. Oh, Thomas Larsen, he was surprised. He's like, poke back, and he did. So 19 over after 5 frames, and a strike to go for Thomas Larsen. After 2 games, he's 2 over. I mean, he's 30 pins from 34 pins from the top 8. Oh, there we saw to the left. Diana picked up the 3-6-10, 7. We've seen, I mean, Diana is in the 5th spot right now. And we've seen her picked up a lot of difficult spares and yeah, she's been struggling and still, but she picks it up. So it keeps her up in the top 8. You really see how Mattias Olsson is trying to throw it left, make it hook, and just stop. And there's not much room for errors there. His ball is not turning. It's not strong in the pins, that's for sure. And now he left it 5-10. He almost left it a couple of shots ago. And that's the way he chooses to play right now. And it's 38 feet, so it's pretty short. So you can't have too much backhand reaction. But I wonder if what he's doing right now is not too weak. Britt is back on striking track. And Sanna, who has from Finland, bowling for the Giants in Finland, got the baby split after her double. Let's see if she can pick that up. Thomas Larsen leaves the 10 pin. No. Sanna, meaning she's 10 under for the game. Ouch. Sandra Gongora. A little bit lost focus. And pins lost. So in the lead, Sandra Andersson from Ängelholm, Sweden. So, yeah, 464 after her first 2 games with 16 pins handicap. The women has 8 pins a game. And in the top 8 right now, there's 5 women, which is fantastic. They're bowling really, really well. You could see, I mean, by the looks, it seems like they are playing a little bit easier, getting less open frames, and pulling together a couple of strikes now and then, and because you don't see a lot of 5, 6, 7 baggers on this pattern. If you can get 2, 3 together, be happy and keep clean in the rest. And if you find a pair that when you give some room, you have to take advantage of it. Because you will catch a tough pair, that's for sure. So today they will be bowling from 8 in the morning till 8 at night. So they really got an advantage, the top 8 that didn't have to bowl step 1 and started to bowl at noon here in local time in Sweden. Of course, those 4 hours could be really important, because keeping focus for 12 hours, that's tough. That's tough. But it should be tough. It's the World Bowling Tour. Lucky Larsen Masters 2017. And Andrew Kane throws perfection in that shot. And he has 3 in a row now. He's 27 under after his first 2 games. He's working his way up. Larsen really wants this one. He's got the ring 10s every other shot, but now he gets the double. So he's 19 over, up to 7 frames and 2 strikes to go. And gave himself a really good opportunity for the last frame. That makes him a possible 249 if he throws all 3 in the 10th. And Sandra Gongora got it. I think that mistake was perfect on that lane. She would have done that on lane 11. I don't think she would have gotten away with it. So they gave her a double and a chance to go plus 12 over if she throws 2 more. Lucky Larsen Masters 2017. Andrew Kane leaves the 137 and uses the wall to pick it up, which is perfectly okay. So he kept clean, and with the strike, he stays even in this game. During qualification, there has been 5,459 games played, with a total pinfall of 996,334 pins. That's a lot of bowling. And to make the cut was 1280 for those 6 games of qualifying, and no limit re-entry, so you could bowl as many times as you wanted. And I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one bowled 12 squads, and that was the one that had most. And still just 80 over to make it among all these top players from all over the world. And in the final step 1, you had the top 8 from the qualification had a good night's sleep and could stay home a little bit longer. And it took 1229 to make it to step 2. And which we are now. This is step 2. 24 players, bowling 8 games, and top 8 will advance. And they started from scratch, so this is, and the scoring pace is so low, so it's still anybody's game. Sandra Gongora, 198 with handicap. Thomas Larsen gets 226 with a strike. Andrew Kane is 200 even. Mattias Olsson, 171. Britt, 189. And one that is in the top that will probably stay there is the Canadian superstar, Francois. He is now 78 over after his 3 games. See Sanna Pasanen nose it on the nose and leave the 3-6-10. But if she picks that up, that leaves her 1 under for the game. In the final step 1, they bowl 6 games, and all you needed to do is advance, because then you started from scratch. But with the one who bowled the best, that squad got 159 over. 1359 was from Finland, Jari Ratia. And Jason Belmonte was second for 150 over. Stu Williams, 115 over. Francois from Canada, 114 over. But just to make the cut was Timmy Fredriksson that had 1229. Just 2 pins ahead of Nathan from Canada, and 4 pins ahead of Daniel Fransson. Robert Lindberg from Sweden was also very close. Yeah, so it took only 29 over for 6 games to advance. But so now, top 8 from qualification also jumped into this final step 2. Francois Lavoie starts with a strike. And he had some really good trip to Europe this week. He won 2 of the European events in a row. So I believe he likes bowling here in Europe. Jari Ratia shows himself with a strike. Nina Flack, 22 over right now. Leaves the 10 pin. And to the right on lane 14 now we will see actually Swedish superstar, at least coming superstar. He's just 17 years old, William Svensson, throwing it 2-handed. Been really struggling today, but there you could see that he really could throw it. He's just 17 this year, and he was second in the Swedish championships this year. and he's been winning some tournaments, and also for the Swedish youth national team. So he's a player that we will definitely see a lot more of. And now Jason Belmonte is up in the driver's seat, 108 over, and Francois second, 78 over. Diana and Britt third and fourth, and Jassim here from Qatar is also in the top. Let's see if we got a new list. I'm waiting for some results to have all the numbers ready. Now we have an updated list. There's 3 women left out of the 5 in the top 8. 37 over is the cut right now. That is Sandra Gongora that has it. But after her it's 34 over, 34 over, 30 over, 27, 27, 22. So it's really, really tight. But Jason made a little space to himself. He got 256 his third game. He got a 30-pin lead. So they're bowling 8 games. And the top 8 will advance. And the pins will carry on. Jari Ratia throws a double. Oh, that could have been anything. Jassim from Qatar has a lot of good support on in the arena here. .67 over, and Francois, what are you doing? Oops. Started off with a double, and now we got a 5 count. Let's see Jesper Svensson. Can he make that spare? No. He was. Jesper Svensson is 14 under. So he's still a good 40-50 pins from the top 8. And of course that open frame didn't help to catch up, of course. Francois throwing his urethane ball. Almost perfect. Got 4 of them. Jari Ratia from Finland. Started off with a 2-bagger. That's 3. Really nice shot. Really nice shot. Yeah, that looked really good. Jari Ratia is throwing the code black, storm code black. Trying to look around a little bit and see what's rolling on the lanes. We know that both Malmö and Stu is throwing the phase 2. And I'm pretty sure that Francois is throwing a lock, the original lock. Believe it or not, Jesper Svensson is not throwing urethane. Maybe that's why he's just 14 under. He's throwing IQ Tour. Jassim keeps it clean. Nina Flack goes Brooklyn style. That was a really good shot from Yari. But 10 pin is still there. William Svensson, what are you doing? No. It's not really. He's really struggling. He's 116 under after 3 games. So of course that is really tough to catch up those 150 pins that he needs to pass everyone else to make the top 8. But he's got 5 games, and if anyone can do it, I really believe that William can do it. He's shown so many times before that he's got a really strong mind, doesn't get nervous. But it's tough out there. Now we started with a 3-bagger and picked it up. Despair after that. Jesper Svensson got another open frame. He's not happy with it. So Jason Belmonte is in the lead after 3 games in final step 2. Francois Lavoie is second. Diana Savialova is third. Britt Rönnstedt fourth. Jassim Moraiki. I'm sorry for that pronouncement, but he's in 5th anyway. Doing a great job. Pontus Andersson, Sweden, 6. Marcus Jansson, Sweden, 7. And Sandra Gongora, Mexico, is right now in 8th place. And Cameron Weir from USA bowled a 230 and took him up, so he's in 9th, just 4 pins away from Sandra, who's the hunted one right now in 8th place. Nina picks up the spare and keeps it clean. So here's Jesper Svensson. This is how he bowls when he's not throwing urethane. Well, it's not comfortable. He is not comfortable. You could really see that. Well, when you look at the numbers all week, I mean, you can wonder, is anyone comfortable out there? It's really been a challenge this week. You really need to focus 100% every shot, otherwise you will get beat up and lose pins and get open frames. Nina Flack from Kinna, Sweden, makes a perfect strike. So she's all strikes on the left lane and no strikes on the right lane. So let's see what she's going to do to change that. Easy spare for Francois. Let's see if Jari Ratia can make a little. If he strikes here, he's making a really good run to be in the top 8. Week 10. Jesper throws urethane. He's not happy about it. Dead perfect, William Swenson. Greek church. Let's see if we can get that picked up live here. Jassim from Qatar. Can you give us that? Almost a messenger. Nina. Oh, she's on double. Uh-oh. Jassim, if you're gonna pick that up like that, you need a really much bigger ball. The only good thing about having 5-0 is that you did not have a spare or strike in the frame before. And I don't know how good that is, but when every pin is so important, it's you really need to take care of all the pins. Jesper through pitch black and struck. We are sending live from Malmö, Sweden. It's a late summer here in Sweden, and the weather is, considering Sweden, pretty good. It's like 16 degrees Celsius outside and sunny, so that's pretty okay. But we're sitting in Baltiska Hallen bowling center here in Malmö. And we are watching Lucky Larsen Masters 2017. The final step 2. We are watching top 24. And in picture you can see Jari Ratia from Finland leaving the week 10. And they are bowling 8 games. And they will take the pins with them to the top 8, and in the lead after 3 games is from Australia, Jason Belmonte, who is 108 over, and right now to the hunted cut, 8th place, Sandra Gongora from Mexico. But there is a lot of people after her that really wants to take that spot. So it's 5 games to go. And there's Total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 women in the top 24. And right now 3 of them are in the top 8. So we'll see if they will continue to stay there, if there will be more or less. So stay tuned. We have a lot of really good bowling going on here. Jesper throws a double and he's like, why didn't I throw pitch black before? Two dead perfect shots. And he already had 3 open frames in this game. And he was 14 minus before this game. So it's not looking great for Jesper Svensson if he wants to advance to the top 8. But like we said before, he can do it. And as it looks right now, if he can throw that pitch black, he can throw some really nice. Oh, Nina got a really good strike. Perfect shot from Jari Ratia, who's just trailing the top 8 by 12 and is 17 over this game and left himself a really good chance to do something good with a strike in the 9th. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Jesper got a really good break on that one. Nina Flack managed to have 1 double so far. Last frame works on a strike. Nope. Leaves the baby split. Which I would believe she picks up 8 out of 10 times. All the players that are here usually are very good at spare shooting. Otherwise they wouldn't be here. Jari Ratia makes the double. And with 2 more, he's 37 over in this game. Nina picks it up like many times before. Jassim is really struggling at this point. And the best he can shoot this game is actually 159 if he makes a spare and a strike. And he was actually in the top. He was in the 5th spot before this game. And I'm pretty sure that he will leave that top 8. And I guess it's going to continue like this for the last until the end. 8 games, top 8 advance. Good shot from Jari Ratia, throwing his Storm Code Black. And ripping that tin pin off the pin deck. And that's going to take him, with another strike, he's going to be 64 over. That's going to take him back to the top 8. Nice pair from Francois. that can only shoot 191. But he was 78 over before, so it's not a big crisis. I mean, if this could be your bad game, 190, it's okay. .236 for Jari Ratia from Finland. Jesper Svensson, now it's a four-bagger. And all of a sudden he can recover and stay over par in this game. You could almost feel the frustration from him throwing other stuff and don't getting anything and going back to the urethane, and all of a sudden throws a string. Well, the good thing is he knows that he got something going, and hopefully that's going to work on the next pair. Andrew Kane is working it, and 28 over this game. He was 27 under before this game, so now he's over hunting the top 8. Here in the Step 2 finals, Lucky Larsen Masters 2017, we have 10 Swedish, 3 from Denmark, 2 from USA, 2 from Finland. We have 1 from Qatar, Saudi nation, Australia, Mexico, Canada, England, and Latvia. So we really have an international field going here. And who's going to win the first Lucky Larsen Masters? We will know 8 o'clock tonight is the prize ceremony. And someone will win 160,000 Swedish crowns. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a result after 4 games. Still in the lead from Australia, Jason Belmonte, 931. That's 131 over after 4 games. Trailing, we got second Britt Brunstedt, 890. Pontus Andersson, 76 over. And we have Diana Savialova, 74 over. Francois Lavoie from Canada, even if he just bowled a 190 game, he is still in 5th, 69 over. Jari Ratia climbed into 6th spot, 63 over. Sandra Andersson climbed also, and 59 over. And Sanna Pasanen in 8th right now for 47 over. But it's really, really close. And you can hear the Qatar people in the back cheering for Jassim, who really struggled his last game. And just bowled a 157 game. And it's now trailing 40 pins. But 40 pins, it's nothing in 4 games. So it's top 8 will advance after 8 games, and they will carry on the pins. And there's 4 women in the top 8. There's one from Denmark, Latvia, Sweden, and Finland. So we got all kinds of nations here. Lucky Larsen Masters 2017. William Swanson, what are you doing? Boom shakalak, he needed that. He's 120 under after games. It's not the way he wanted to do this, of course. He was one of the first players making the cut. His first squad, he bowled 94 over. That's 2 weeks ago. He had no idea that that was going to be enough. So I think he bowled 8 times, if I'm not wrong. And he made it on the first one. But you never know. And out now our pairs, we have Jassim Al-Moriki from Qatar, William Svensson, Sweden, Sandra Andersson, Sweden, Timmy Fredriksson from Sweden, Nick Stampe, Denmark, and Jari Ratia, Finland. It's our main pairs. And oh, great shot from Jassim. 3-bagger. And his friends in the back goes crazy. That's the way we like it. Oh, Marcus Johnson got a good lucky break. He's already standing in the middle of the ball return, in front of the ball return. And 4 games to go. so he's really deep already. And to the right we have Timmy Fredriksson on lane 14. 30 over and a 3-bagger. And now it's a 4-bagger. He's trailing the 8th spot with 17 pins. So starting with 4 is helping out. Sandra Andersson is picking that spare up easily. Williamson, come on, get it! Oh! Let's see, just see him. If he's gonna get a strike, we'll hear some real cheering from his friends, I can tell you that. Hit it. It's really fun to see and watch all his friends cheering for him and giving him all the energy he needs to make the cut. Jesper throws a double. To get you to understand how close it is, actually from the 23rd spot, which is Philip Wilhelmsson right now, is just 80 pins. 80 pins to the top 8, and he is second last. And then there's 4 games to go, so you could really say anything could happen. It's really, really close call. You have 18 players that have over par, and 47 over is the top 8 right now. So it's going to be interesting to follow. And Timmy goes and throws a 5-bagger. Jari Ratia picked up his tempen. McStampe is... oh no. He was really deep inside and really lofting the ball. William Swanson, good shot. throws a double. And he's got a lot of work to do if he's going to catch up. He's 160 pins after. Sandra Andersson is one of the absolutely best female bowlers in the world, I would say. Throws a strike. Where she is in the 7th spot right now. Timmy Fredriksson. Oops. Oh, did got that way out there. Let's see if we can pick that up. Yeah, you threw it good. Timmy, what are you doing? No. Open frame. Easy done. Very easy. But it's still 23 over in the game. Oh, that's a really bad break for Jasim. Good shot from Sandra, but not good enough. Jari throws a perfect double. And William is still struggling. But it's an extremely experienced, just being here, bowling here among the best bowlers in the world. The first time the World Tour is in Sweden. It has been an amazing 2 weeks here, where you had the first week was a lot of youth and locals trying to conquer this beast of a pattern. It's extremely hard, but everybody's been positive and really looking forward to be here. And they see, when they see that, you know, like it is, 80 over was enough to make the cut, but to really have a chance, then everybody wants to bowl again. But it's really tough, and it takes a lot of energy, because not just finding the strikes, I mean also keeping your mindset, and even if you get some bad breaks, really stay focused, and for the entire set. Oh, and mixed stampe. Oj. Last time Last time on that lane, he wanted to wash out, and now it's on the nose. It's not a good sign. We have on lane 7 outside the pictures here, we have Mattias Olsson throwing an 8-bagger. We'll keep you posted on that. He is on lane 7 if you're looking at the scoring online. You want to see him. Jesper throws another double. He left a 7-pin a couple of times, and at least he sees that there is something there. Timmy Fredriksson makes the spare. And if you look at just the lane 13-14, you see Timmy Fredriksson is playing further to the right and a little bit straighter. And if you watch Mick Stampe, he is moving a lot more left and lofting it. And so far the winner is Timmy. Sandra throws it dead perfect. You can see how nice the ball went through the pins. Oh, Jari lost his balance and got away with it. 3 in a row. Mick Stampe. He should not be very happy with that shot. He lofted over the gutter and threw it way out there to the right. And that doesn't work, that's for sure. A lot of players tried it, nobody made it. So Mick has to come up with some other idea to... He's 9 over after 4 games. I mean, he's still in the game. But he needs to find a way of another solution to conquer the lane. And William throws a Brooklyn. Not that he aimed for it, but he didn't really care if he got it. Lane 13, Timmy Fredriksson started off with a 5-bagger. That's 3 not so good shots. Let's see if we can get it back. That was dead perfect. Really nice shot. Timmy is also a really young kid, promising Swedish guy. I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot more from him, especially on the European tour. And I would also say within a couple of years we will see him on the world tour. He's that good. Jari gets away with it again. Loses balance, drops just because it's not working the way he wants it right now. Sandra Andersson. Oh, that's a bad break, Sandra. Solid 8. That was a really, really good shot. Jari throws it good after a couple of not as good shots, but the result was the same. So a 5-bagger and a chance to bowl 235 if it goes all the way. Jasper Svensson is really upset. Opens the last frame. He had a good game going. Opens it and gets 13 over, and that's not enough for him. He needs some really high games to have the chance at the top 8. Yasin picks up the 10-pin and now have the chance to shoot 211, which is far more better than his last 158 game, where he threw a 6-1-5-0. And we can't do that if you do want to advance. This now is back on track with Chandler 11 over. And Sandra shows that she's a great spare shooter, picks up the baby split. Timmy Fredriksson 220, Yasin 207, and Jari Ratia gets 221. That's gonna keep him in the top 8. And Mick Stampe is really struggling and is doing a 160 something. William Svensson keeps his head high and tries to just survive. And he had a really tough day today. And well, he made the final step 1 to advance, but now in the final step 2, he is 120 under after 4 games, and it's going to be 10-20 more, even if he throws a double here. But I think he should be very happy with what he's accomplished this tournament. Only 17 years old, and managing to go to a step 2 final in the World Bowling Tour. That's amazing. I mean, so he should look on the bright side and take this as a really good experience. Just look forward to next year. I'm very sure we'll see him again, and he's going to be even higher up the ranking. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we have some really interesting players in front of us. Lane 14, Stuart Williams, Diana Savialola, Pontus Andersson, and right now Jason Belmonte is throwing over the left gutter and dead perfect. And he is also in the lead after 5 games. Jason Belmonte is 155 over and is trailed by Jari Ratia from Finland is second, 84 over. Third is Francois Leroy from Canada, 83 over. Then you have a couple of women. Diana Savialova, 79 over. Tana Passanen, 77 over. Cameron Weir, 65 over. Pontus Andersson, 60 over. Britt Brönstedt, 59 over. That is the top 8 at the moment. 3 games to go. But there are a lot of players that are close by. 9 pins after is Timmy Fredriksson with 50 over. Then we have Sandra Andersson, 48. So it's really, really close. We also have Victoria Johansson as we have in the picture right now. Together with Philip Wilhelmsson, that's on our main lanes. That was not what Stu wanted to see. He threw it right and it overhooked for him. Pontus got the messenger in front of the 10 pin. Yeah, now we saw the 11 is tighter. Pontus picks it up. Look at Philip Wilhelmsson. He is actually on the wrong lane and lofting the gutter. He wants to be like his superstar next to him, Jason Belmonte, but it doesn't really work. That was a complete disaster, that shot. Jason picks it up nicely. Let's see. Diana is outside the top 8. He's trailing, but he's got to work on a strike. Can she throw a double? Nope. She was not happy with that shot. Philip picks that up. You see how deep Victoria is. I don't think she's throwing over the gutter, but she's playing like 2022, something like that. It's not often you see women play left of the 4th arrow. See Jason. Good shot by the arrows. His ball was around. 28-29. And that's really, really deep. I'm throwing it to the right. And to make that right is really, really hard. You can't do like Philip just did. He threw it over the gutter, but he did not have enough speed. And threw it a little bit way to the left, and then the ball hooked way early. Jason picks it up. He's wearing his golden SST8 Dexter shoes. Let's see, Philip, if he is changing something. Or if he, yeah, he moves a lot to the right. Oh, that was a good move. Nice shot, Philip. Oh, Pontus Andersson. Pontus, that has always been a good bowler, but the last couple of years he's really transitioned into a great bowler and winning some big tournaments, and also playing for the Swedish national team. And you can see, I mean, he's comfortable in being here, and he knows that he is one of the best in the field. He can beat everybody, so he focuses on his game, really trying to do what he thinks is the best solution. Doesn't really look too much at what the other doing. And I think that's a really big step that you have to take. Okay, Jason Belmonte. That's a good shot. Kicks down that 10 pin. To try to do the same thing, but it stopped. For those of you that are bowlers, you really know how hard it is to throw shots like that and to make it perfect and make it accurate. Great shot, Pontus. Stu was trying to make the 2-pin hit the 10 and on the wall and bounce back. It's a good try, but it's really hard to make that. Let's see Philip again. A little bit more to the right this time. No. No. Out of the shots he made on that lane, he missed the head pin on the left, and now he almost missed the head pin to the right. And so we can't wait to see the next shot on that lane. As you saw here before, Philip, he took care of the problem that he gave himself and making a spare. Pontus, double. Man, he throws it good. could see how Philip felt really comfortable throwing the ball in the left lane, but standing in front of the ball return, I mean, it's not the same. Jason picks it up. 2-8. Jason and Stu discussing here a little bit about the lanes and see if they could help each other out a little bit. Well, I don't think they really came to any conclusion. Oops. Oh, Victoria's Secrets. That was a really trick shot. Great shot from Stu. Double. Stu has 3 strikes and 2 splits, so the strikes are leading. Another good shot from Pontus. 3 in a row. Diana had a light hit. Lane 6. Sorry, game 6 in Lucky Larsen Masters 2017. Stu Williams, 3 in a row. Extremely happy about that. We're watching the top 24 bowlers in this competition, Lucky Larsen Masters. The first World Bowling Tour tournament in Sweden ever, which has been amazing. So many players has been here and tried the luck on this pattern that's been like a beast. It's 80 over it took to make the cut. And that's really low when it comes to the when you look at all these bowlers and how good they are. Oh, bad break, Pontus. And the final step 1, it took only 29 over to make the cut to advance to step 2. So we're not talking high scores, even if now Jason is 155 over after 5 games. 59 over is the top 8 right now. Well, Pontus got the 4-9, a little high shot after a 3-bagger. Diana got a good strike. Stuart got 3, and Jason is waiting for some balls. Everybody's just waiting for this They are. Seems like the balls are missing. Oh, there's a pin that wanted to join in the ball return. And Mattias Olsson that had 8 in a row his last game, it finished off with a 259. So we still have the high game is 289 of the tournament so far. Pontus Andersson in qualification. And right now there's not many points being made. We're just looking for the bowling balls. So the Lucky Larsen Masters 2017 has been going on for 2 weeks now here in Malmö, south of Sweden. It's just a little bridge ride over to Denmark, for those who don't know exactly how it looks here. And it's really easy access to fly into Copenhagen airport in Denmark, and then it's just a 20-minute drive or train ride and you'll be here in Malmö. And the first week there was a lot of youth bowling. Martin Larsen was here and signing autographs and helping out. They had showcase with Storm. You can try the best balls in the world right now from Storm Bowling. You can try all the new stuff for this coming season. So they had a lot of balls drilled in different sizes, so you can test them before you bought them. And Larsen himself, I think he's been focusing so much to take care of all the people that are here and wanted to play the tournament, and that he kind of lost his own focus on his game. So unfortunately we don't have Martin Larsen himself in the top 24. But we have a lot of other good stuff. We have in the top 24 we have 10 Swedish, 3 from Denmark, 2 from USA and 2 from Finland. Then we have 1 from Qatar, Saudi nation, Australia, Mexico, Canada, England and Latvia. So we have players from all over the world. And later today we will decide who will be the first Lucky Larsen Masters winner ever, and who will win. Will someone win their first title, or will Stu or Jason, who is definitely in the lead and we know for sure he's going to fight for it. Right now after 5 games Jason Belmonte is in the lead. But you need to be top 8 to advance to even have the chance. And right now it's 59 over, and that's Britt Brunstedt from Denmark that has 59 over, and there is a bunch of people that want to take her spot, like Timmy Fredriksson from Sweden, Sandra Andersson, Stuart Williams, Mattias Olsson, Nina Flack. Those are the closest ones that are within 25 pin range when 3 games to go. It's beautiful to see the Qatar crowd cheering for their friend. Oh, that was Saudi. Qatar and Saudi, they have a really nice support in the center here. sharing for their buddies. Oh, that was a bad break, Stu. He shouts out yes. And he was not happy about that. Which I understand. It's just a little bit high hit. He was throwing a crossroad. And get to 4-9. Let's see if he can pick it up. Nope. He gets one for the team. Victoria throws 3-bagger and shows us that she has not given up yet. She can definitely be one of the top 8. Oh, messenger in front of the 10-pin from Jason. Jason picks up the 10-pin, just like almost always. This game he is 3 under after 6 frames, but we all know that he can throw a 5-bagger at any time and continue to increase his lead. See if Victoria Johansson can make it. Does it carry? Oh, come on! Oh, it was close. She's throwing it good, and just by getting that feel, she can definitely be one of the ones that make the top 8. Well, it's not a pin in the world that's going to stand when Jenson Belmonte throws it like that. As you can see, dead perfect. Well, Stu picks up the leftovers and was not really happy about that, but to end up 12 under. He had a 4-bagger and he threw it good. Got a bad break and an open frame instead of a 5-bagger, and a possible really high game. Jason got the double and he was really happy about that. Which was the first double of the game. Pontus Andersson, 200 even, makes it 60 over for him. So he's really close to the bubble of being top 8. Diana stops, which is it's really hard to do. When you start walking and there's so many times you feel there's something wrong, you don't stop, you just continue, and usually that's the bad thing. But that's why she is one of the best female bowlers in the world. She stops when it's not right. Let's see if that was a good or a bad thing. Throws it right, does not come back. A beautiful shot by Victoria. She's even in the game. She's striking the 9th, so she can catch up a little bit if she strikes out. Diana made the spare. Let's see Jason. He has the chance to shoot 227 if he strikes out. Oh, lucky break there. It's always good to get that feeling when you go up in the 10th, get the first strike. It's kind of it makes it easier for you. Well, she threw it light on that lane almost every shot. 10 under, but she gives +8, so 2 under for the game. And Philip kind of saved that game a little bit. Didn't look very good in the beginning. And Jason can shoot 227 with a strike. Will for sure remain his lead in the tournament. This is game number 6 ending. So 2 more games to go and we will have a top 8 that would advance. Philip picks up the bucket and can shoot 225. Jason Belmonte, dead perfect, 227. That takes him to 182 over for his 6 games. And 224 for Philip, and he is 23 under. So he's got a lot of work to do. He's about 100 from the cut, I would guess. Victoria Johansson ends up 208 with handicap this game. That takes her into 22 over. I would say 50 from the cut as it looks right now. We have lane 7 and 8 is still 4 frames to go. They had a little machine issue. So they are not ready to move yet. Now we'll have Mattias Olsson, Sanna Pasanen och François Lavoie. And François, that's 70 over. Is I would guess that he's still in. Don't have all the numbers yet. Jari Ratia is 93 over. So he had a 209 his last game. François is 70 over, so he had a minus game last game, 190. Sanna Pasanen is 75 over. So she just lost a couple of pins. Lane 7 and 8, they have 3 frames to go. That's why we don't have any bowlers on 13-14 yet. Mattias Olsson, that is 43 over. He had a 259 recently here, and see if he can keep it up and come back into the game. We have seen that it can change really, really fast. looks so easy when he throws the ball. Is that fair? He's really good, Francois. Spare by Matthias. And now is one of the women that is still in the top 8. Sanna Pasanen from Finland, playing for Giants. That was a nice hold. She looked surprised, but it's a strike and it counts. So the top 8 right now: Australia, Finland, Canada, Latvia, Finland, USA, Sweden and Denmark. Mattias Olsson shows that he can still throw the ball and strike. Oh, once again, we see that it's a little bit tighter on the left lane. We knew it, but it's not easy for them to know, because we're watching one pair at the same time. Oh, Sanna, that was way off, but she got away with it. They are closely together, and she will hopefully pick up her first ball and throw at it. Some people throw a spare ball at this, and that is really, really hard. Nope, she picks up the first ball. She made her homework. Nice, Francois. Easy spare. Uh-oh. She missed the left and open frame. Well, we got some update results here in the the cut has gone down. Right now it's 59 over. And it's Britt Brunstedt from Denmark that has the last spot right now. And there's still 3 women in the top 8. And leading is Jason Belmonte, 1382 for his 6 games. Cameron Weir, that bowled 242 his last game, is up on second. And Jari Ratia, 1293. Then you have 77 over is Diana. 70 over, Francois. 67 over, Sanna Passanen. And Pontus Andersson is in 7th on 60 over. And Britt right now, the 8th spot, 59 over. And right now, 43, 40 and 34 over is Mattias Olsson, Sandra Andersson and Marcus Jansson. That is really hunting Britt for that last spot. And right now I have the founder of the tournament, Lucky Larsen, Martin Larsen here.
Hello there. Hopefully there is a lot of you listening and watching the qualifying here, or the final step 2. Let's get into the last 2 games here. I think it's going to be really interesting. Basically, Malmo has given himself a really head start, but other than that, I think it's really tight. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, it's Malmo has really showed that he's bowling. He really likes the pattern here and bowls extremely good. But other than that, it's really close.
Let's see if this mic works. Hopefully, so I get my own mic. Yeah, I mean, Belmo flew in here Thursday, had a couple hours rest, stepped out on the lanes, and right away he showed that he's for sure worth calling the world best bowler right now. And the lane's been really challenging. He bowled 2 qualifying squads with 100 over on both of them, and the cut was 80 over. And now he's 182 over after 6. It's right now there's nobody actually challenging him for the lead of the tournament, but still 6 more games to go before the step ladder, and then everybody knows step ladder is a step ladder, so he for sure hasn't won the tournament yet.
And if you look a little bit at the numbers here, you can see that there's top 20 is just 45 pins from the top 8. So I mean, it's really close.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's basically number 19 right now is 13 over, and the cut is 59 over. So 46 pins from 19th to 8th in 2 games. A lot of things can happen.
Yeah, and then we also seen since the scores are this low, you can also you see 160 is not. No, it's very common to have a lower game.
Yeah, it's pattern is tough. When we start bowling this, there's many different ways to actually attack it, and people are starting attacking differently. So you hit different pairs that are for sure not similar to each other. So I mean, it's people can shoot 240, but they can also shoot 160. It's very challenging out there, I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this before here, that you didn't make the cut, unfortunately, but you have been focusing a lot around the tournament, we could tell.
I do, for sure. I don't think it's an apology. I still think I should be able to make it, but it was a lot harder than I expected to both be involved in the tournament and bowl myself. But yeah, I can't blame it. I just bowled bad. I haven't been able to be me and dig in and focus the way I'm supposed to. I guess it's after 20 years out on the European tour and in the national team and stuff, there's still things to learn. So this was a totally new thing for me. So
yeah, I understand, and but I really have to give you that. We talked to so many parents and youth kids and other players that have been here, that they really think that you have put your heart into this, and they really love the tournament, and so thank you for that, and for hosting this in Sweden is unbelievable.
Yeah, I got a lot of good comments, so that, of course that warms my heart, and Hampus and Daniel that started this whole trip with this tournament. Have dug in and put so many hours into work here. So of course we're really happy about the turnout and so many bowlers. And yeah, what I've heard, a lot of people are happy. Even the lanes are really difficult and challenging. Still seems like people kind of like to see bowlers really fight and dig in, and they understand that they're tough. But, the best bowlers will still be up there.
Yeah, when it comes to that low, sometimes you think that people will complain or anything, but people have really seen it as a challenge, and that they're really looking forward to play again, and you really need to stay focused for 6 games every single shot.
Yeah, I think Ted Thompson from Kegel got here, and we had a discussion. We tried out different patterns. Basically, the topography of the bowling center is what makes it really hard. The pattern itself is not that hard. But I told him I wanted challenging, and we have to admit we missed a little bit on the lower side. It's a little tougher than we thought. But the good thing is lefties have bowl okay, straight players that bowl straight have bowl okay. Two-handers, like there's a lot of variation. It seems like it just comes down to really executing and bowl good.
Yeah, it seems like it doesn't really matter what style you have. Everybody has a really fair shot, and if you make bad shots, you get punished for it. When kind of it's okay.
Yeah, tell me about it. I think I pretty much can dream about the sound when the ball hits straight on the face and you leave the 4-6. It feels like I know that sound more than a flush pocket hit. But yeah, I mean it's that one thing that you can say is when it gets this tough and so low scoring. Of course, the latest handicap gets into a little bit more play than others. So there's a couple of women there taking advantage of it and really give the guys a good match. We'll see what it ends up, but that's the only way I can see that it's been not 100. Bowling cannot be 100% fair, but
no, it's
might have a little advantage. But other than that, I'm pretty happy about it.
Oh yeah, I have so many really nice and good comments about it, so it's really looking forward. But now we're looking at this, like you said, Jason has really got himself into a good position. Do you have any other one that you think?
I mean, they're all good now, but like we're watching Frankie here, François Lavoie, and we see him leaving a pocket 7-10. I think the one thing that also really took the scores down here, it's kind of brand new pins, and it's already hard to hit the pocket, and you get stuff like that. It's really frustrating. So it's kind of happened to everybody. You just have to try to stay calm and take the one and move on. And I think the guys that bowl for a living, we somehow used to it. So I think a guy like Frankie will be up there for sure. But all the ones that are up there now, like Malmo, Cameron, Jari, the girls, they're so good. So it will be a tough fight.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. And now it's 1.5 game left, and then we go to top 8, and still anybody's game.
It for sure is, and after the top 8, we're going to redress the lanes, and they're going to bowl another 4 games with 1 player per pair, and then 4 to the step ladder. So this is a kind of a brutal day, actually. If you didn't have the 1 bye in the morning, you have to bowl 20 games before you get into the step ladder. So yeah, it's not going to be a walk in the park for anybody.
No, that sounds great. Well, thank you, Martin, for taking time, and hope we can get you back a little bit later.
For sure, for sure. I also want to thank anybody that's watching and listening. So hopefully you enjoy it, and we'll talk to you a little bit later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. That was Martin Larsen, ladies and gentlemen. And he's, of course, here watching over the whole day. And of course you want to be on the lanes, but you know, as it, like you said, been bowling professionally for 20 years, and you know that you have some good weeks and some bad weeks, and unfortunately this was a bad week for him, but we know for sure that Larsen will come back, and he will be happy, whoever wins this tournament, that the tournament has run smoothly and people enjoy it. and really can't wait to do it again. So we're getting close to, we're in the middle of game 7. We have Nina Fluck, who had 4 in a row, and all of a sudden she goes washout and an open frame. There's so many times we've seen that if they get a string of strikes, there's an open frame right after. It costs so much. But like we said, the top 19 players is only 46 pins behind the top 8. So it's one high game and you can really be in there. You can see on lane 7 the 3-bagger on Stuart Williams, who actually jumped, and he was so happy. And believe me, that doesn't happen every shot. So he's fired up and he wants to be there. But it's got a way. It's got a way to go. He's trailing 29 pins from top 8. And it's also really close from the spot 4 to 8. It's just 18 pins. So actually from 19th to 4th place it's not many pins. I mean, you need one high game and you can definitely make it. Francois. That hooked early. He did not like what he saw. For those who just joined us, we are in Malmö World Bowling Tour, Lucky Larsen Masters 2017. Earlier this week, people were talking on how to attack the lanes, and most people were sure that you should go straight. And when you watch it now, top 24, there's not many straight shooters out there. And not many people throwing it right of 15. Jesper Svensson. He's got 2 doubles in this game, 1 strike to go. He is 9 pins under. So he's in 22nd place out of 24, but still only 68 pins after. And we know that he can shoot more or less 300 any game. So he's definitely not given up yet. Sanna Passanen is up for a challenge. 6, 7, 10. And she makes it! Sanna Passanen from Finland makes the 6, 7, 10. Great spare shooting right there. And that could be the difference of being in the top 8 and not. Now we have Mattias Olsson, Team Pergamon, Partille, Sweden. Oops. 6 pin. Ooh, nice shot, Andrew Kane. And he gives us a victory sign. He was so happy, 1 strike in a row. And Francois is shaking his head and wondering what's going on. He went high on the right lane and now he washed out on the left lane. And for us that has been sitting here watching, you can see that the left lane usually has been tighter, that's for sure. And we don't know if he made an adjustment for that last shot. Oh, that cost him 168. And he is one of the top players. He was in 5th place, 70 over, and a 168. That puts him into 38 over, and all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure he lost his top 8 spot. But there's one game to go, so he's definitely not out there yet. And we have on lane 16, Jassim from Qatar, bowls 248, which is a really nice, and he was in 16th spot, 14 over, so that takes him into 60 something, and then he's really close to top 8, and his friends sitting behind him, cheering for him every shot. Matthias Olsson bowled a 195 and is actually on the same score as Francois, 38 over. Sanna Passanen, strike, has a chance to go to 77 over if she strikes out. Jesper Svensson, 3-bagger. He just knows that he has to strike out. Not this game, also the next game, to have a chance. Oh, Sanna put up another split. With 6-7 again. That she actually made the last frame. Can she do it again? In this case, it was the right frame because it's only 1 pin difference if she takes 1 or nothing. She made it safe. She took 1 and 191 and plus 8 pins. That takes into her to 66 over. And that will take her past Francois. Andrew Kane, 3-bagger, has a chance to do 238 with 2 more. Nina, with the new colored hair, makes a Brooklyn strike. I've seen quite a few players that has silver hair right now, Nina and Diana. So maybe that's the new thing. I'm gonna ask Andrew if he wants to go silver in his hair later on. See what he says. So Andrew Kane, if he picks that up to 26, puts him to 22 over. And Nina with the spare, she's 34 over. And you can hear the numbers. It's extremely tight out there. And Jari Ratia is also struggling this game, so he's going to be 65, 66 over, and still in top 8. He's going to be really interesting to see how the number shows when everybody's done here. Because it could be almost anybody could make the top 8 for the last game. Jesper shows that he wants to be part of it. And he actually has, I mean, if he strikes out, he gets 47 over. And then he's really close. He did not strike out, so that means he's going to be 36 over. And Thomas Larsen just threw a 4-bagger, and he's going to be 28 over. There are so many involved in who's going to be in the top 8. It's unbelievable. And one thing is for sure, Mick Stampe will not be a part of that. He is throwing the ball everywhere. There's quite a few people that are struggling now. And let's see, we're just waiting for the last frame on lane 7 and 8. And 17, 18. So you can get the new number. Thomas Larsen, 215. Ends up with a 5-bagger, and he really wants to stay on this pair of lanes, but he has to move to lane number 4. He's 28 over. So who's going to join us in front of us? Marcus Jansson, who's 13 over. Timmy Fredriksson, 16 over. Mick Stampe, 20 under. And next to us to the left is Pontus Andersson, 64 over. Jasim is 59 over. William Svensson is 100 under. Okay, give us the numbers. And on our Jason Belmonte is still in the lead, 172 over. 140 over is Cameron Weir. And Sanna Passanen is third on 66. Jari Ratia. Let me see here. If I can get all the numbers up here first. We just got a little quick from the scoring on the screens, but it's not updated on the website yet. And we also have Cameron Weir on lane 14 with Badr from Saudi and Sandra Andersson. So we have a lot of good players that are really close. Oh, Timmy Fredriksson is starting with 2. Sandra Andersson, and now we have Cameron Weir on the nose. We are still waiting for the numbers, and we are waiting for it, and we just have to hold it just a little bit longer. But all we know is it's wide open on who's gonna make it and who's not gonna make it. Timmy Fredriksson, is a high game. Pontus Andersson was 64 over, started with the 3-bagger here now. Cameron Weir got a strike. Timmy picks it up. Yasin was 59 over, picks up the baby split. It's really anybody's game now. Good shot from Bader. There's 29 over, still in it. Can you imagine? We're talking the World Bowling Tour, top 24. And as long as you're over par, you have a chance in one game. It's that tight. Well, Mick, that was your chance. Victoria Johansson, 4-bagger from the start. Unbelievable. Cameron Weir throws a double. He's definitely in the top 8. He is actually second right now, and it's really giving a Jason Belmonte match. Sandra picks it up. Sandra. Oh, nice shot. Marcus Jansson. Timmy picks it up. Pontus Andersson has 3 in a row and goes almost to Brooklyn. A really nice shot from Bader again and a double. Nice focus. Pontus Andersson. What are you doing? Okay, we have some numbers. And Malmö is in the lead. 172 over. Cameron Weir, 140 over. And let me see here. Then we have the Sanna Passanen third, 74 over. Diana, 68 over. Britt Brunstedt, 67 over. 6th place. Jari Ratia, 66 over. 7th, Pontus Andersson, 64 over. And 8th right now is Jassim from Qatar on 59 over. Closest to be to hunt this is Stuart Williams, 54. Nina Flack, 42. Francois Lava, 38. Mattias Olsson, 38. Jesper Svensson, 36. Sandra Andersson, 32. Bader, 29. Thomas Larsen, 28. Andrew Kay, 21. Timmy Fredriksson, 16. Victoria Johansson, 15. Marcus Jansson, 13. Sandra Gongora, 9 over. It's unbelievable. It's 21 spots is fighting for it. And Victoria Johansson started off with a 4-bagger. And we have Bader as 1 open and then 3 in a row. It's really hard to say. Marcus Jansson had a really good chance, but went on the nose. So he's 8 under in this game. Pontus Andersson, with even if he got an open frame, he missed a 6-pin. He's still 7 over in the game. Cameron, 4 in a row. He definitely wants to challenge Jason for the lead. Jason has a 3-bagger and Cameron has a 4. So it's really close up in the top, of course. Oh, it's a really bad break for Jassim. I mean, it was dead flush and he got the solid 8. Yeah, that's tough. Really nice shot. Bader 4 in a row. Saudi Arabia. Supported by his friends. And Pontus had another open frame. Marcus had one open and now on the nose again. The youngsters, are they not up for it or what's happening? Victoria on 4 in a row, 2 strikes. 2 spares, sorry, after 4 in a row. Jesper Svensson has strike, spare, 4-bagger. And here there was some network issues. That's why we don't have the correct numbers, but now I do. Okay, so here's the right numbers. It was handicap was included in the numbers I said before. So I'm sorry about that, but 59 is Britt Brunstad together with Jassim. 7th and 8th place. And Jassim so 66 Passanen, Ratia 66, Pontus Andersson 64, and he has 2 open frames so far. He's 5 under. 64 is Pontus, yes. Diana 60, Jassim 59, Britt 59. So it's really, really close. Stu Williams 54, 38 Matthias Olsson, 38 Francois, 36 Jesper Svensson, 34 Nina Flack. So Timmy just made an open frame. That's going to take him out of it. And Jason just threw another 3-bagger. Now we're going to look at Cameron Weir. Boom. Boom shakalak. It's a 6-bagger. He also made it look real easy. So that's the fight in the first and second, Jason and Cameron. Timmy needs a strike here. Oh, so I think Timmy's too far away. And we have Jesper Svensson is 27 over in the game after 6 frames. After 7 frames, he's 27 over and working on a strike. So he can make 257 if he strikes out. 257 can Jesper Svensson do if he strikes out. And that could definitely take him into the top 8 spots. Bader from Saudi had a 5-bagger. And he almost got it. So he's 28 over in the game. Andrew Kane is 19 over after 7. So we got more. Sanna Passanen is 13 over. Nina Flack is 11 over in this game. Francois Lavoie is 8 over in the game. So he's gonna make it tough. Victoria Johansson, 28 over in the game. Where does that take her? Victoria, oh, she's 7. Yeah, she's probably too far away. Yeah, it's gonna be into the last shots here. One thing that's Cameron bucket. Jesper Svensson is going to be one of those that really can do it. Marcus Johnson is losing ground here. He's 33 under in the game. Pontus threw a double, is 5 over again. Oi, Jesper, you needed that. He left a 7-pin. I'm pretty sure that now it's gonna be tough. Jesper can shoot 37 if he strikes out. Yeah, he throws his towel. He's really upset. Just see him here is 10 under. He's throwing the ball on lane 10 now. Strikes. We have Bader. Oh, left the 10 pin. And Mick Stampe shows that he can throw it over the gutter and strike. Pontus is still 4 over in the game. 1 frame to go. And Pontus that has 64. If he keeps that, he would be in the 68. So who's doing something now? Let's start 3 and 4. Who's bowling good over there? Andrew Kane. Does he have a chance? He can shoot 39. Andrew Kane. If he shoots 39, he will go to 60 over. Oh my God. This is... No, he didn't strike there, Andrew. So Andrew Kane, 49. And that can't be enough. Let's go to 5 and 6. And Sanna Passanen will for sure make it. Britt Brunstedt ends up 70 over. Jari Ratia will make 16 over. Jason bowls a 266 and will remain in the lead. He's really the crowd favorite here. Jesper Svensson, he shot the first one, can still make 37. Okay, we got Malmö, we got Cameron, Sanna Passanen is 86. And Britt 70. Jesper can shoot 73. Jesper can shoot 73 if he strikes out and pass Britt. And Bader will end up on 55. 47 on Jassim. Jesper left the 6 pin and will end up 63. Pontus Andersson will do, he did 67. And 54 is Bader. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jari Ratia. 81 over. If you guys are fast at home, you can maybe find out. But for us, we're a little bit slow. Francois was 46 over. That can't be enough. Okay, so we got Malmö 1, Cameron 2. We got Sanna Passanen 86 in third, 81 fourth. And I would have Britt, if my calculation is right, I will have Britt on 70 for fifth. I will have Pontus 6. I would have Jesper 7 on 63. And could it be Andrew Kane makes the last? Could it be? Could it be? 63, 51 is Nina. Wow, it's tough. 243 for Cameron Weir and takes the second place after. Okay, let's see here. Unbelievable close here. We're just waiting for the top 8. Diana Savjalova på 56. 56. Jason Belmonte, Cameron Weir, Sandra Passanen, Jari Ratia, Britt Brunstedt, Pontus Andersson, Jesper Svensson and Diana Savjalova. Bader misses by 2 pins. Nina Flack by 5. 7. Oh my God. This is fantastic close.
Before announce the players, I want to tell all the players that have or want to have a shuttle to the airport. Please will see Michael at the check-in desk.
Jason Belmonte, 1838.
And ID how many you are and when.
Finished off with a 266. And Cameron Boy 243 for 1783.
Going into the next step, that will start in 30 minutes. So
we will have a 30-minute break.
5 will start next step. 4 more games,
Top 8 will carry the pins and bowl 4 more games. Diana Savilova, 1656.
It was really tight.
And 2 pins more than
Bader
Bader and 5. Oh, it's unbelievable. 40. You have 14th place is Victoria Johansson. Only 13 pins. They're announcing everybody here. Diana Savilova and Jesper Svensson.
And 4 pins than Jesper. Another
Pontus Andersson. So we have 1 from Australia, 2 Swedish guys, 2 Finnish guys, 1 USA, 1 Latvia, 1 Denmark. That's the top 8, ladies and gentlemen.
Sitting forward, another neighbor on the other direction, Mr. Jari Lapia.
Hyvä Jari.
Also from Finland, on 1686, number 3, Sanna Pasanen.
Hyvä Sanna.
Until now, it's been really tight. The last 2 guys have both good enough to get some advantage in the next step. Number 2 from USA, Cameron Weir.
Cameron Weir, 1783. He finished his last 4 games was 233, 240, 242, 233, 243.
It seems like he didn't want to do nothing. Mr. Jason Belmonte's first 82 players.
Yeah, so Jason has a 55 pin lead for second and 157 pin to make sure he's in the show.
So this is a more bowling. We've got 4 games, 30 pins to get to the 4. That makes the step ladder. So it's going to be a long day for
Martin Lucky Larsen is telling everybody who will advance and what's the format. We'll be back in 30 minutes from now. We're just going to redress the lanes with Ted Thompson and Kegel. See you soon.